flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have 4 out of 6 members. We're supposed to have 7, but 4 is a quorum. So we do have a quorum this evening. And then, did you guys look at the minutes from the last meeting?
Yes.
There was a lot there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Marcellus.
You're
I
welcome.
think we went a little too chatty last time. Everyone was glad
Yeah.
to see each other.
So, if there's any comments or questions about the minutes from the last meeting, we can bring those up right now.
No.
If not, I need a motion to accept the minutes from last meeting.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from the previous meeting.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of accepting last meeting's minutes signify by saying aye. Opposed? Okay. Is there any public comment? New business. Item number 1, APC discussion on the Thorntown UDO. We have been sent the drafts and
Chapter 9. Sorry. I did not see chapter 9.
No.
Okay.
Did you see chapter 9?
No.
It wasn't the last one, and then I thought, well, maybe. Well,
I
actually,
scanned it. I didn't see it anywhere.
well, I've got mine in there in order: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10.
Yep, okay, that's what I
Yeah.
have.
Okay.
I thought,
I was
well,
gonna
when I was
say.
reading them, I thought, well, maybe it was in the last group, because the last group was PDF and these were Word documents.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, and I had them already saved in a folder, so I didn't go back and look. But yeah, I thought we only had 3 before, and then we had the rest of the day. But yeah, number 9 was missing.
Okay. Well, I have all of them printed. Number 9 is like 3 pages. Like it's 5 pages, but it's just non-conforming uses, structures, signs, lots. But I can.
I want to start by thanking you and Deb, because these things are so easy to read. There's not a
Yes,
bunch of
thank you
legalese
very
in it,
much.
and very simple and understanding to understand. I appreciate what you guys have done with this.
Yeah, of course.
And I know when all this is done and passed, I know of one couple that was actually wanting to do a dog grooming
Mm,
business. And we told them you can't.
yeah.
Well, now they can, according to this. I mean, he was actually going to build a garage,
Mhm.
a detached garage, and put it in there, is what he was going to do. So, I don't know if they actually built the detached garage or not, since they weren't allowed to do that. But I wondered about that, because people that do bookkeeping out of their house,
Mhm.
and that section really seemed to answer a lot of that.
Mhm.
The tiny home situation was very easy to understand.
Mhm.
I like that. I just kind of glazed over, me personally, glazed over the subdivision types and stuff, because we had just gone through that.
Yeah, that's probably aside from chapter 2, I think chapter 8 is probably the longest one and the most in depth. But hopefully, at the very least, you looked at the flow charts to kind of get a high level idea.
Oh,
but-
yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The flow charts really helped. I mean, Oksana did some flow charts for us when she was here, and that helps me because I'm a visual person like that. Anybody have any? Oh, I haven't. I wrote myself a note here. The manufacturing home park at Mint talks about,
Mhm.
is the state giving that up and the towns now have control over that, or?
I don't think so, but a municipality can always adopt standards for things that the state regulates, as long as those standards are consistent with the state standards and don't contradict them.
I would say overreach. Or,
Yeah.
okay, all right. Well, that's what, because you said there were some things going on with that at one point, and that's why I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Does anybody have anything else? Or questions or comments about
Parking,
Mhm.
parking, alleyways. I know a lot of people use the alleyways for parking.
You're not supposed to.
You're not supposed to,
Yeah.
but I see it happen all over
Here in the
town.
business area
Yes.
or the residential?
Residential.
How about a school bus? About two blocks from here.
Hmm.
Here you have Main Street, and when you turn left on West,
Yes.
half of anybody does. You go half a block, and that house, which would be on the east side, and then the south side of the alleyway, you got a city school bus driver there, and the bus parks there often. You have to see it, because is it all the time? No. Is it there all day long? No, because the bus driver is bus driving.
Mhm.
Well, that's, yeah,
Well,
that's,
I know the alleyways are supposed to stay.
yeah, I have seen the school bus sitting there, but I've never really noticed that it was an alley. So,
We have people across from us that park in the alley. They treat it like it's their driveway. But yet they have a garage in back of their house. So they have a driveway back there.
I don't know that there's anything I don't think there's any language specifically in the draft that explicitly prohibits parking in the alleyway, but all of the zoning districts and all the parking requirements are for off-street parking. And even though the word is street, that's understood as right-of-way, and that includes alleys. If there's already language in other parts of Thorntown's ordinance prohibiting parking in the alley, then that's definitely something that I feel like code enforcement or police, somebody can.
I remember a few years ago, they went through and were patrolling the alleys to get them cleared up because people were parking in them.
Mhm.
Now, side point to this, by the way, might be that, and here I was talking to our utility people, is that got your alleys, okay, but when you look overhead, you see where the power comes in. So the Mint company has been in town trimming for all the branches and everything that could knock down the power line.
Mhm.
Well, for me, it's the back of my lot and the alley going north-south. That's cables, that's entertainment, that's whatever you want to call it. And so I was wanting that to be trimmed because there's a limb pushing down on some of those cables. Okay. Not that Frontier has any way for me to actually talk to somebody and request that they send in a crew to trim. But I'm just kind of overlapping, to be honest, is that if you've got, okay, a school bus underneath where there's trouble coming, you're guessing.
Mhm.
then that's not gonna be every hour. But, it could be there.
Well, on the fire, with a fire truck, that's kind of vital.
Mhm.
Right.
That's more important.
Yeah, the issue that they were
Right.
talking about when they were patrolling the alleys was the ability to get to different parts of town quickly
Right.
through the
Mhm.
alleyways.
Mhm.
And they did start issuing tickets there for probably, I think, like a month or something like that. But that was,
Hey, that's
I
where,
want to say a minute ago.
if Frank was able to be here tonight, he could shine something on that.
Mhm.
So, well, we need to go ahead and look through the posted ordinances and see if anybody can find anything. Is that what you're doing right now?
Yeah, I'm looking at alley. I mean, there's a lot of
Do you have a
ordinances
word
in there.
search? Can you do a search for
Mhm.
alley?
Yeah, sure can. There's 61 results found.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of results.
Mhm. Mhm.
He's ahead.
It's not surprising.
Yeah, I haven't done this for a long time, but I would park in the alley if I was going to run and pick up a pizza. Now they have a drive-up window at that one.
It's the kind of thing that's like easy to get away with if it's quick. If you're gonna be,
Oh,
if you're,
yeah.
if you're parking your car there all day or like
Correct.
overnight, that's
Um, And then, of course, our police just can't set up town, but the people that do the U-parking. They're on westbound, but they turn left and park in front of Dollar General. And I had a car I was backing out. Well, I'm not looking for anything coming from the left, turning over the spot next to me, and I just missed that car. Because I hadn't looked in the right rear view mirror. As I looked down the street,
Mhm.
and then I start backing up and I look in the mirror and I see that car whip in behind me.
Yeah.
I've seen several people do it. Like I said, our police are busy.
Yeah.
And you got free, right?
Yes. I don't know if they have any part-time right now or not. Anything else? So part of what your email said,
Yeah, I wanted to,
To public nuisance. Unlawfully and substantially interfere with or obstruct or tend to obstruct or render dangerous for passage any street, alley, or other public way. Can be a public nuisance.
So people could be ticketed then for that.
Yeah, it's in the ordinance.
what section is that?
92. Well, okay, this is under definitions. 92.01 definitions, public nuisance.
92.101.
01 definitions under public nuisance. You'll see alley listed there. Public nuisance on like dumping in the alley.
Yeah. I don't know about the rest of you, and I don't know why mine does this, but
Got to keep stuff clear in
when
the
I
alley.
get emails and we start discussing stuff, AI takes over and gives me a summary of what Marcellus does. And does anybody else get that?
No, I do not.
I think mine must have hit by
Yeah.
mistake. And then it tells me what I did, and it says, well, Nancy said this. It summarizes everything. So it says Marcellus proposed holding an open house to present an overview of the UDO ordinances before required public hearings. So this would not necessarily be a public hearing.
Right. This would be, and actually open house is not technically the right term for it. This would be a public meeting. And the goal would basically just be to give a overview of some of the major changes from how things are being regulated now to what would be regulated with the new code. Give people a little bit of information about the process going forward, and then give people a chance to ask questions. But this would not be about, providing feedback on anything. This wouldn't be necessarily like, the questions being asked aren't like, or or we're not seeking necessarily questions that are like, why does the code say this instead of this? Or,
You get that anyways.
yeah, I know.
Mhm.
But what we're looking for is what the kind of questions this is intended to answer are like, how is this going to impact, X, Y, Z? How is this going to impact the process for getting a variance? How is this going to impact, I don't know, how I apply for a permit or something like that? Those are the kind of questions that I'm trying to
I think
answer.
it'll be, I think it's a good idea. I mean, I think handing out information is always a good idea in educating.
Mhm.
But I don't know that the focus of your very specific intent would be, it might be lost on the general public.
Yeah.
And you just have to be prepared to
Yeah.
deal with
Mhm.
the whole enchilada,
True.
But,
which is okay. I
And
mean,
some
just saying,
might
that's not
think-
really the point of it, but that's, you could answer.
somebody may be able to come up with something that's.
There it is.
Thank you.
Bring up a point that maybe wasn't considered or whatever, or
Hmm.
they're mostly going to be considered about stuff probably that'll affect them.
Yep.
I'd say one of the biggest problems that we face, or the building inspectors will face, is people want to do something, but then they have to go through a rezone, and it's a longer process, and everybody wants it now. I want it now. I want it now.
Right.
I mean, as a society, we want it now.
Mhm.
And it's, hey, there's steps we have to take, and why can't we just do that? Well, we can. That's not the proper procedure.
Right.
So,
Yeah, we don't write the rules, we have to abide by them.
right.
Mhm.
Can we just do that during one of our regular meetings?
Yeah, so that could be something that we just do during the January meeting, or we could do that during the January meeting, and then have the public hearing in February. We could do it that way.
Okay. That sounds
Let's
good.
see. That would be the January meeting, would be info.
Public meeting would be February.
Yeah, public meeting.
So February for the public?
January for public meeting, and then February for the
hearing
for the hearing.
that will start the adoption process. Speaking of which, one of the things about adopting a new ordinance is you have the opportunity to adopt a new map. Obviously, this ordinance adds like 6 new districts or something like that. And so there's the question of, do those districts get placed preemptively, or do we wait for people to rezone into those districts as they, propose development projects? What Debbie and I kind of talked about was we could proceed with the process of adopting the text and maybe leave the map for a little later, not much later,
Right.
but so they don't have to happen at the same time. And that way we can have more discussion about the map, because we haven't talked about the map at all. And the zoning map can be a little contentious because that's where we're placing the districts. And obviously people are going to have thoughts about what districts their property is in, their neighboring properties are in, and that kind of thing. So we don't want that to bog down the text adoption, because the text is really needed.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
yesterday.
So in your experience, it sounds like we should push to get the text adopted and have the map follow up
Mhm.
within, you said not very long. What's not very long?
I mean, I'd say by the middle of next year, we should also have a map.
Okay. So right after we get done adopting this, then we jump on working on the map.
And yeah, and we can talk about the map concurrently. We don't have to wait for it to finish the text, but I just don't know. I haven't given the map much thought. I doubt any of you have given it much thought. And it's so I don't want us to be trying to rush thinking through it necessarily. And that way also extending the process a little bit, we can maybe think about ways that the public might be able to get involved as well.
Okay, my question is, if the town joins the county APC, what does that mean for us?
Yeah, and that's something that I was trying to talk to Amy Nooning and Debbie about, because ideally, the way I'd like it to go is we go through at least the process for adopting the text and then the ordinances in place through this body. But my understanding is if they make the ordinance joining the APC effective January 1st, then probably it would be the county's APC that would then need to recommend it to the town council.
Well, and this was discussed the night I was here, and they actually talked about joining it, is in the county APC would probably if they keep this body, they would take recommendations from us.
Yeah, so that's a possibility as well. I guess it kind of depends on how things get.
So what I understand
Reorganize.
is one person from Thorntown that represent us on the county,
Yes.
County APC.
right, the county APC, and that our ordinances will still, our adopted ordinances will still be running force. So
Yes.
it's not like the county is going to come in and put some new ordinance
Right.
in the Thorntown, and then the town council will always be able to say no to whatever
Right.
is presented. So there's still autonomy, but this is like the crossover of all this work, and then this document would have to be shuttled through to the next.
Right.
And it's going to have to go through the process of public hearing through the county, everything over again. So instead of being adopted sooner, it will be later. That's the issue.
Yeah, that's the concern is that
I'm just reciting that. That's why I was like,
No,
Yeah,
that's okay.
is that on the same? Okay.
yeah, that's pretty much it, is that, like, you all have been through this process thus far. You've been looking at the drafts, all that stuff.
Mhm.
Boone County APC is, like, to my knowledge, never seen any drafts. So to suddenly put this on their agenda and be like, hey, we need to recommend adopting this ordinance, and then they're going to have to review all of it.
And if I'm not mistaken, and I have been mistaken before, one of the main reasons we're joining the Boone County APC is so we can just use the county building inspector.
It's a money savings function.
It's a money saving function.
The town's not getting as much money as previously had.
Right, and the
No
county
one's-
has a couple of inspectors too, so they can do more. I guess they can, say they have 5 houses they need inspected, they could send a couple of guys out to do that.
It sounded like me when they presented it in the town board meeting from the county's perspective. It sounded very,
Yeah, they would still.
almost like, hey, we're providing a service. We'd love to have you. They would love to have, the team or Thorntown in it, providing a service. You guys still have autonomy. It's, it'd be great. It's great.
Yeah, well.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
It's great. You were there. You know what I mean.
And then I
Yeah.
just saw where
Uh-huh.
the Boone County APC is hosting a countywide hearing or informative meeting down in Western Boone.
Mhm.
Have you seen that?
No, I have not.
About solar and wind, something like that.
And what do our ordinances have in it about solar and wind?
Hmm?
What do our ordinances have in about solar?
Oh, it's
and
got
wind?
something in there, because I
It
read
does.
that, I thought, I could put that on my shop and maybe have it run all my, heating for in there, and I can run my tools off the electricity.
But then we're also looking at the fact of how much money would you get back from the state to put solar and wind in?
Right.
Because I know they cut back.
Well,
On the
it's more talking about the solar farms,
Make big utility grade, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
using the, farmland.
Yeah.
Which, West Virginia has a big parking lot down there that they put
I was gonna say, how many could they put in there?
put it on the parking lot, and then the kids and the
Kids
teachers
could
wouldn't
park
have
around
snow
it.
in their cars, or they'd walk out and maybe dodge around. There are a lot of places like that where it's asphalt.
Mhm.
Yeah, the chapter 4 has standards for solar energy systems and wind energy systems as
Yeah, I
accessory
remember reading that.
uses.
Wasn't sure where that was. Yeah, for specific uses.
Yeah.
So to back this up to, I'm gonna say Mark, the fellow with Thorntown Heating and Cooling. Tim.
Yeah.
So Tim got an application, filled it out, came before us. So in the future, if there's another Tim, is it yet to be known that the sequence of having hearings, applications, et cetera, is doubled? Or,
Yeah, what do you have to put one in for us and then one at Boone County?
Well-
does that Tim have to go to the county seat and to that meeting?
See, and that's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
No, he would have to go downtown.
that needs to be iron. I mean,
He would have to go downtown.
he would. That's the important one.
Lebanon, he would have to go to Lebanon.
Yeah, that's the one he would be required to go to, certainly, because that's the body that would have the authority, that has the recommending authority. If this body continued as an advisory, that's an open question, is, can we require people to come to hearings and do stuff like that? And I don't.
Yeah, because I wondered if that we could do all that and then treat them like the town council, where we would give favorable, unfavorable, or neither,
Mhm.
or no
Yeah, the way I
recommendation.
understood it was that, that question was asked, if I remember correctly, everyone needed to be heard.
Well, but then they would go there and say, okay, well, the Thorntown APC gave
Well,
us.
there'll be a
favorable-
representative from Thorntown already on
Yeah.
Boone County, so he would be the one that would take the lead on that group, as I understand it. But there wouldn't be a separate,
Well, a next rundown one I asked too.
a separate
What
group
was-
or anything.
Because how much longer then would it take for somebody to get something zoned and approved then? Twice as long?
It may not, it may be the same time period. It depends, I don't know how often how often Boone County meets.
And what would that do with the Thorntown BZA?
Oh, well,
There would be no
There would be
BZA.
I mean,
no BB.
there hardly
There
is
would be
one
none.
now, so.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Tell me about that one.
It has two members.
When do we have a meeting? Glenn?
But they're gonna require, so Dave Burtner, is that right?
Yes.
Grumpy, yeah.
So he asked me if I would be on the APC with Boone County. I said, I'm already working on the utility. I think that's kind of greedy for me to take, there's enough to go around, there's enough interested people. And then he said, okay, and then a fellow next, I don't know his name, I should know his name.
Burtner.
Uh-huh, Bruce.
I think that they discussed, and it sounded like they kind of thought that he was going to represent Thorntown on the county.
Okay.
And then they asked if I would do the BZA, and I said, yeah, sure. And then after saying that, I'm kind of wondering if, I'm already working on the utility board. Again, it just seems greedy. It's like, I'm not after positions here.
Yeah.
And if someone wants to be on the county BZA, certainly that's it. But I will warn you, after thinking about being on the county BZA, you need to think really hard about it, because the Boone County is growing. right?
Yeah.
There you've got a data centers moving, which, everyone's talking about that, but that's, and you've got Lilly. So Board of Zoning Appeals may be a hot place to be,
Mhm.
with a lot of contentious, I don't think
That's
it's going
true.
to be a snoozy.
Right.
And I think that, I think I painted the picture enough.
Because I know I was going over, they denied an RV park over by the lake.
Kool-Aid, yes.
That was turned down. Apparently they want to think about that, bring it back to the table in another month or two. So
yeah,
I
those
don't
are
know,
the-
yeah.
Those are the
so-
things that, if you don't vote with the way certain members of the community are gonna, be
Yeah.
yelled at, which is typical. But,
Uh-huh.
with the Thorntown APC, it's, again, it's kind of the borders are set, it's already developed.
Right,
But with Boone County, boy,
They title them different things. I'm not sure.
It's a different case.
I mean, and I'm not here to say
It's like
growth or
sometimes
not
it's ABC
growth.
board meeting.
I don't make
Sometimes it's
those
ABC meeting.
decisions. The fact
Sometimes
is
it's
already
the plan
set,
commission meeting.
Lily's already here, construction.
so what's the
That's all.
difference?
I don't make that
I
call.
would know.
We're appointed positions, right?
Let's just
We review
read it.
documents, we
Do
make
they meet?
recommendations
Oh, wait,
based
wait.
upon the ordinances.
Oh, they meet one after each other. What the
They're all
fuck?
part of
The
the
third?
motion involved.
So yeah, this is the executive committee.
God.
Right.
And you say Lily.
Yeah.
I had just camp
That's-
out,
Yeah, I was over there working.
I mean,
That they have plans and.
it's a big,
when you work on that
it's a
site,
big
they
county. They
want
probably
you
have a lot to
know
talk about. That's
Yeah, I know.
probably
some
what's
of
going
the
on
nuts
there.
and bolts.
So basically, you better
So
get your dinner before
Lily
you ever go
is-
there.
The player who
And something to
always
drink
has the
while you're there.
mindset they're gonna get
Use
what
it
they
with
want.
something too, because you're probably
Well,
gonna
to
need
me,
it.
to get
Yeah,
what
looks
you
like it's
want means
first
you
Wednesday
bought some more land,
is when they do
which
their
means I think
The
APC
zoning,
first
meetings
Wednesday,
you bought land.
of the month,
Now, a
except
little factoid.
this month. Oh,
and I'm
special
talking
meeting. That's
to,
why.
one of the Loves. They live down here on 52,
And then
where 300 comes
Board
in.
of Zoning
Yeah, the big
Appeals.
house. And Mrs.
Looks like that's
Love,
second
she
Wednesday.
commented, and you
Oh my
might
God,
have
3
seen a
hours,
sign
seriously?
along the road. And so,
Good
in the
Lord.
last 7 months,
Maybe that's just like,
the state legislature, there
like
was
it's
a
not
bill
necessarily
approved
has to
in
be
the
3
state of
minutes. It's just
Indiana,
that's or 3 hours. That's just like what
Okay, so
handle,
now I'm looking at. Okay,
uh,
so the BCA.
land acquisitions. Like they're gonna buy it, okay?
oh wait,
That's
And
2 hours, that one's
there's
3
no
hours.
this was
public
like the last
uh,
Wednesday of the month.
access. There's no meetings for approval.
Oh, I guess
of the
probably
state buying
because the
these
last
acres,
Wednesday of
half
this
of,
month is Christmas
the
Eve.
Hernandez
Oh,
farm.
yeah,
So they were like,
you
okay,
know.
okay.
we'll do it a little earlier.
And so
3
I'm just saying that because to me, it's like,
Big
that's a
county,
very
big
tangible
county.
thing. That land can change ownership,
Keep forgetting how
and you're
big
gonna
it is.
find out after you see that little
Sharon-
one paragraph
Sharon's in Boone
statement in the
County, isn't
news. And it's already too late.
it?
Oh, sure, yeah.
If it affects you. you know,
Devil's always in the details, for sure. There's
Yeah.
always
So
being
now
that
there's
little
all kinds of
paragraph or
stuff on
something.
the chair.
Well, it might be, but
When will they make the
if
determination? I mean, I feel like the
Sheridan's-
Big white
determination.
tents?
I don't think Sheridan's
Uh,
part
well,
of the Boone County
next
APC,
time I went
even if they are in
Big
Boone
white
County.
tent, that was a common space for meals, but then for safety meetings.
So
Yeah.
heater tent too, heat up or warm up.
That's
When
kind
it
of
gets
far.
cold, if
They
you're warm
might
up,
be-
it's like-
Sure, pizza.
I don't know where the county line is. I'm
Warm up tent.
thinking it might be.
Yeah, they look like a
Hamilton
big
County.
Yeah, that's
canvas
what I was thinking.
Quonset hut.
Because they're
Okay.
like straight north of
Well, I wasn't-
Carmel.
Okay.
pretty much.
There's several.
Oh, they're over there.
Yeah.
No, this was-
I thought maybe they were providing indoor
Oh,
parking.
that must be that way.
No, there are over 3,000 people that badge into work there.
Oh, over at Lily.
Yeah.
I believe it, just
Yeah,
watching
it's a
the
lot of
traffic
people.
come out.
So, I mean, so at this point, it's and I don't want to call it a race, but we really do need to push to get this,
Yes.
get our documentation. And when does the town council make a vote and when would the county APC start? What's
I don't know if they're gonna try to do it
what's the
for
timeline? You know what I'm
January
saying?
1st or not.
Yeah, I should have. I just had it
Yeah,
pulled up
you
and then I
just
closed
had
it.
pulled
Oh,
up. We were looking
I
at
just,
how long
we're
the
trying to get our
meetings are.
scheduling and
If you're going through their APC meetings
Alright,
within
so
county, mark off by
There was a
hours.
township and.
I mean, it looks
Surely
like their
not
calendar is
40,000.
basically the first
And so she
um,
didn't want,
is the first Wednesday of every month.
calling this correctly, she
So
did not want.
January,
Be
Hmm?
a
They meet
part
once
of
a
what we're doing.
Uh-huh.
yeah, once a
Yeah.
month.
Okay.
As if her township
Um,
is separate from what we're doing.
They only,
But see, we were looking at the fact of ABC Executive Committee meeting and the
Then if
ABC
there's
Board
gonna be a
meeting.
county
So that's like 6:30
APC,
all the way through to 10 o'clock. So you have two meetings you attend.
Well, it's, the county APC already had a council.
but it looks like they don't have
They
executive committee
decide
meetings
in
every
town, so
month. So
the APC has to
that's something
approve any
they needed to talk about without the public.
has she been
Um,
Well, that's
expected
probably
to
their
have
end of
input,
year
or
meeting.
she's
They're trying to
just
wrap stuff up.
another
Probably
citizen?
just another
But,
citizen, as far as I
um,
know.
so
Lynn Davis,
if they keep to that schedule next year, it'll be January.
And then you
Should be able
have
to pull their
7th?
schedule, I think, by now.
Washington Township. that
Oh, there's
way.
no-
Meetings
I can't go
events.
next. I can't go to next
They
events.
don't have it published first.
Off to the
They
side, it
publish
says
something
meetings and
like
events. Visit our calendar.
I think that just is going to take me to this page I was just
Oh,
on.
same thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Because Jefferson said no. and I
All right.
And then
So we just need to continue on till we're told otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
So my, especially if you're looking at those hours, it's like, whoa.
Long time. Okay.
But like you said, we can
Bring
cover
it-
the calendar,
bring it into
so.
town, so-
So I was checking over like dimensions because I know our previous ordinance doesn't have much in dimensions
Mhm.
Especially
in comparison.
Lily.
Was any dimensions revised that you know of as far as, setbacks or anything of that nature? So I guess in the reconciliation process, what I was starting on was any number that we had published, about 25 feet away or 15 feet high or 5 feet high or whatever. I was wanting to check those numbers, values off.
yeah.
I believe they
So
were
Because like the
saying-
the same, okay.
we
I saw the ones, the first several I went through were the same.
Yeah,
So we are shrinking the rear setback in the residential district.
Okay.
And therefore also increasing the max lot coverage.
So hold on, you're decreasing backyard setback,
Mm-hmm.
but not for a corner house. They don't have a backyard.
That's right. Corner
Right.
properties don't have rear yards. That's correct.
How about the square footage for, the minimum square footage for a home? I know it's been floating.
That
around.
also shrunk from 1,200 to 900.
okay. So, tell me what you
Did
got.
that, where did that come from?
900?
Yeah. Well, where did the reduction in square footage come from? Was that due to the tiny home conversation?
I think well, I don't know. I think it's
You talking about square footage for a residence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of a standard
I
size
like
for comfortably.
1,200 is like pretty big. I mean, it's small, but it's pretty big for like a a little house in, especially like
It's like a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house.
yeah. I mean, since Thorntown doesn't have any or I guess think of it this way, 1,200 square feet. The minimum lot area in this district is 6,000. So that's already 20% of the lot.
Okay.
And it doesn't need to be that big. I mean, of course, if you want to build a house that big, you can.
Yes.
That's over the minimum, but
I just know that they're like the numbers, any number that's published in the existing ordinance is going to be what, I know a handful of people are going to ask about those numbers.
yeah, and
Yeah.
and generally speaking, this is kind of a trend we're seeing sort of nationwide in shrinking minimum floor areas because larger houses are more expensive.
Yep, I was going to say housing is expensive.
And so the bigger the house is forced to be, the harder it's going to be for some people to afford.
And just a 1,200 square foot house would actually be 35 by 35 feet, which most houses are 24 to 34 feet front to back, and the length depends if it's attached garage or not.
Yeah.
That's just an story, of course.
In comparison to the Boone County's ordinance, I know Deb worked on those as well. There are a tremendous amount of similarities.
I'm not sure. I haven't looked at their ordinances in this process. I know, and she's, I guess, one of her sort of last things that she's working on there as interim director is reorganizing their zoning ordinance so that it is organized the same way this one is, with the understanding that their plan commission, their BZA are going to have to use both ordinances. And so
Make it look similar.
it'd be easier for them to use them if they're similar, at least organized the same.
All right, so the values have changed. Did we, and I didn't get to signage. There's I should probably just search the document. Oh darn it, I put it in the wrong one. Building mounted signs.
Oh,
I haven't gone through your entire document yet, so.
No worries. That's chapter 3.
And then I'm sure that the traffic triangle. Definitely put in there for fences, et cetera, so on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and something that's not quite complete here in this draft is we have a bunch of images in here, and a lot of these are kind of placeholders because Debbie and I didn't draw them.
Okay.
So we don't want to just
So cool. Yeah.
No, but-
use someone
but
else.
it's-
We
but
don't want to
it's
just steal
interesting.
someone else's drawing, but
Right.
we will have diagrams that have the same kind of information. So if there's anything as you're going through the standards that you think like this might be easier to understand with an illustration, let me know.
I'm always a picture person. I
Mhm.
mean, a picture's 1,000 words. Always
Yeah,
has been.
yep.
Exactly.
I actually took a picture one time, but it was worth about 1,500 words.
Okay, so building mounted signs.
Are you in chapter 1?
No, I'm just taking notes.
Oh.
These are the contentious issues, not contentious. Let me revise that statement. Statements that have come up over the years since I've been involved that have been repeat. It was, the square footage of homes popped up, and then building mounted signs, and then a sign ordinance.
Right.
Not sign ordinance, a fence ordinance, so people can get the fences appropriate height, so we don't block it, so people can see through, and the traffic triangle.
Right.
And then building mounted signs. There was a big concern with, people adding signs to these buildings, and what are they using for hardware to mount it? And then here comes a nice, gust of wind and right down Main Street and, bonks someone on the head. So
Well,
the concern there
it's
was, do we have something? What kind of signs can people put up?
Right, some
Mhm.
some towns you have to have a sign that's attached and sticks out. Some towns say all signs must be flat, which I can't remember what they were called in the ordinances, because I thought it really helped having this pictures of the
Yeah,
different types
because
of
there's a
signs.
lot of different types.
The monument sign, the pole sign.
Awning, wall, projecting, roof. Endless.
There's a surface, someone's trying to figure out to put something on it.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's true.
Not to be silly, but yet when you say the signs, in the image of the street, the sign, I go to a holiday movie. It's a Wonderful Life, right?
Mhm.
So the snow has fallen and George is running down the street at whatever point of the movie. But at nighttime, all of the neon signs and everything.
Mhm.
And to me, it's like, I'm thinking about signs. Okay, what a clutter. I mean,
That was when the evil Mr. Potter took over the
Yes.
town and made it
Became
Potterville.
Potterville.
Hey,
And made it
then
a
that's what we
horrible
need to
place.
focus on.
Yes,
No
we are not,
Potter.
no Potterville here.
I think about the,
But I mean, you're right. A lit sign. Could you imagine what you just said? A nice marquee, sign that's just like, wow.
what's it, see, Dax was opposed to Sugar Creek Art Center having their big flashing sign.
Really?
Yeah. And then I don't know how it came about that the boutique got one, but I think that's actually part of the art center was involved in that because it puts art center information on it pointing back to the art center.
But I can tell you the sign is an issue for a lot of people. So that's the one thing I'm really going to focus on making any comments on. But,
So the boutique sign, is that an issue?
I haven't heard just signs. in
No,
general being
no, it's
mounted.
not. It's just
No.
Dax didn't like them.
Oh, Dax was
Oh.
a previous engineer from MS Consulting that was kind of helping the town out.
And he did like them. But the Sugar Creek one, and probably the boutique down here, it dims at night. It's off at a certain time or it dims really down low. So it's not.
I don't think we have a sign issue in Canada, just for clarification, right at this moment.
Do
Right
we
now,
have
I think
something-
what we've got is fine.
And we
It's
have
what
somebody
may
about-
come.
I had somebody
Apartments,
come in, they wanted to put a
homes being
sign out
converted
on
to
their,
apartments.
by their mailbox or their light post that they just did
So
bookkeeping. in-house.
the district
And that's one of
standards
the things it talks
in
about
chapter
is you can
2,
have a small sign like that.
are separated.
And
So you can see that there's
working, I think it's out of the house.
a set of standards
I
for
didn't
single
get as far as the
family, a
signs
set of
go.
standards for two family, multiple family, and then a set of standards for non-residential. And that's true in
Well, there's
every
one marquee
in every
that-
district. Now, obviously, some of
I say this
some of
because I
those
wasn't
don't
thinking
apply.
about
So, like for
signs.
example, in light industrial,
If you go about 12 miles
But-
that way and there's that one
I
down
was
that
just
that runs
wondering,
into
'cause
38.
Then there's
Right.
Kirkland.
square
No, no,
footage
no.
for each unit.
Sheridan.
So-
Sheridan.
yeah.
Okay,
So
Sheridan's
same
Main
as like
Street
a
is
tiny
north and
home.
south.
And
Okay.
so one of the new
So right in the middle.
here it is,
of
high density.
Sheridan,
Because I don't want this town to look like Frankfurt. It's
I'm
like
just
every
saying that
house
there is a
is
market.
converted into,
and it's
has how many
obviously
apartments in one home.
Yeah, no.
And it looks
Theater is,
junky.
whatever. But it,
The high
It
density
doesn't go beyond
residential district
I
has
mean, it actually
wait,
comes back a little. And,
This is the standard for high density. The high density residential district has a slightly smaller minimum living
But
area. You can see it's not that much smaller. 900 versus 800.
Like
Okay.
we were talking about. And I
So
thought, that's nice.
if someone had
It is. It's like a
Minimum
minimum window that comes out.
standard
But we're talking at the
single
height of
family
the sign.
home,
Mhm.
oh, sorry, actually, the
We call
multifamily
it a
is
marquee.
down to 600.
Okay,
And it's like, that's nice.
so it's a one bedroom.
It's like a
one
maximum
bath.
foot, it
Yeah.
sounds like to me a maximum foot candle level.
So
And it has a marquee on there
Um,
with all the
I guess some of the
lights and-
older houses in town that were meeting that 1,200
Mhm.
minimum
We
could be split
shop there
into
down the
at
store.
most, and maybe that was the
I mean,
You like that
intention there with that number.
Variety store
Um,
downtown,
but
it's kind of like a mini Walmart.
and it's not just those
the old.
it's not just the
Yeah, I mean, it's-
unit
it's
size,
like
it's
a-
also the required lot area per unit as well.
And my wife, I on there, the aisles are about this wide.
I said, "God, I thought we
Now, if you
covered
go
this."
3 miles south of
It's
the
like,
square.
Because I'm reading all this.
Lighting of any type, did you guys address any lighting?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
that's also in chapter 3.
Chapter 3.
Mhm.
Yeah, chapter 3 has the accessory structure standards, buffer and landscaping standards, driveway standards, lighting, parking and loading, sign, storage, structure standards, and then the trash and dumpster.
Structure. Yeah, I like the trash and dumpster standards.
Really?
Please don't have your
Last thing I'll
trash
mention
barrels
about
in
is
your
that
front
that
yard.
store that's just 3 miles south of it in the square, Windy, whatever. The best belt I've had in my life, I bought off of a rack.
Mhm.
And I believe the belts are
Okay.
made
I was like,
by the Amish.
I was reading
in
this, I was
Ohio.
like, what are the structure standards?
But in Shipshewana, at that leather shop.
It's for stuff
the belts
like
are thinner.
silos or grain bins, wind
Oh my
turbines,
gosh.
spires and steeples, cell towers.
Well done. Well done.
Smokestacks.
Smokestacks,
Cell
cell
towers.
towers.
Yeah.
You need to be concerned about battery storage systems or anything of that nature.
Actually, that's a good question. That might be in the solar and wind energy.
I mean, small battery systems are small,
Standards.
but if we talk utility scale, we really don't need to worry about a utility grade. I say that, I just don't know, right? There's no large company that's going to
Chips
come
will
into Thornton
Leather shop.
and put a big battery
Bookmark.
I think
field, and I mean, it's not something we have to be concerned with.
I don't. I mean, where would they put it?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But as soon as I say that, then, something happens.
Somebody's
Unless,
gonna
unless
do
the
it.
town annexes a bunch of new property. I mean, I don't know where they would even put it.
The bind this year is a little bit more flexible.
I mean, I'm with you on all that.
Let's see. The use matrix and
So what's going to have to get redone, if anything, is going to be the
$3 more, I
procedures
could have gotten eel.
Mhm.
if it
And
changes.
it's almost like an electric blue.
Mhm.
And it's a skin
How do you mean?
critter.
If we go from
Amazing.
Thorntown APC to Boone County APC, then the procedures or do they, well.
No,
everyone
so
should
they
take-
still have to abide by our ordinance. So it just
Okay.
means that their bodies are going through the process that's laid out in this ordinance.
Right.
Okay.
I'm just saying that they wouldn't come here anymore. They still don't have
Right,
our house
right.
downtown.
Okay.
Yes,
So that procedure would change. It's like, you're not coming to Thorntown office, you're going down to.
right.
And this actually came up when we were talking about ordinances when we first started putting the APC together and everything,
It's a,
adult-oriented business.
Yeah, I saw that too.
oh.
You
I
didn't get
didn't-
that
I
far.
didn't even think about that.
I know, you don't think about that, but
Yeah, it's like, oh. So, yeah, when I saw that, I was, yeah, home-based business with employees.
mhm.
Actually, no, just me being blind.
Standards, wind energy, systems, wireless communications. Got solar was in here too, that's what Storm Task Force
In which chapter?
for
For
Yeah, it should be in there. It should be towards the end.
tiny home.
It should be before.
There it is, right
Yeah.
before, right before tiny home,
Hmm.
yeah.
That's because we don't want to obscene something. Yeah, it's very advertising. I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah, there's also like, they have to look at the definitions, adult oriented, like smoking huts or liquor stores
Mhm.
or others. I know probably gonna be other things.
Oh, yeah, when it says it, yeah. Mhm. It's like, what? Sister, no.
Let's see, and what was the new term? ILP? Or ILC,
ILP,
something?
improvement location permit.
Yeah, improvement location permit, improvement location permit.
It was actually,
Because it says it and then you send ILP and then you see ILP through the rest of it.
the current ordinance actually has ILPs as well.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily a new term, but I think the process for that is going to be so much, for all of those things, it's going to be so much neater than it is now. Because when I tell you I had so much trouble managing Westfall Place's secondary plat, it's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. got through it. Let's see, we talked about the zoning map. We talked about having a public meeting for info purposes.
Yeah.
Trying to think if I had any other process
So
questions.
should we go ahead and schedule a meeting for January?
We already did. It's our next meeting.
We're just gonna do it in our next meeting.
Yes.
Will we
Yeah.
just still do it here?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And then that has to be advertised?
Yes.
You let her know.
So we just let Ally know that,
Mhm.
and encourage the public to come.
Will you do that with her or?
Mhm,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, we'll find out too.
To notify them, what, 2 weeks in advance or something like that,
10 days.
10 days.
So then the mission of that will be to explain what we're doing
Mhm.
and how the changes are going to affect the public, the proposed changes.
Right.
And then you get a litany of, hopefully get a litany of questions and concerns. That would be good. That would be really good.
Um,
So we still need chapter 9.
yes, I will send you guys chapter 9. I'm trying this.
What other issues have you come across over the years that we need to check for? I should probably go through my notes and see.
Yeah, I threw away a bunch of stuff that Sean had given me on signs.
Mhm.
He had stuff from other towns,
Yeah.
things like that. And like, I don't need these anymore. We got our own now.
Right.
We're gonna have our own.
Condense it down.
Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking of, because he really was like talking about signs and had some concerns, and I
Mhm.
definitely, you know.
Yeah, the mounting of signs is so simple because there's hardware that is designed to go into brick, and another one designed to go into concrete.
Mhm.
It's so simple, but yet I do recognize that some people will probably just take what happens to be in a bucket in their garage, throw it in their truck, and call it good.
That's like, signs here, if they're sticking out. I mean, that's a west wind, that's just a ton of white going down Main Street.
Well, I think so. The ordinance regulates the sizes that, for signs, and it does this at sort of 2 levels. There's a total square footage of like all signs on the
Right.
property, and then there's a max square footage on any one sign as well. And that varies from district to district. But let's see. Like in residential districts, only monument and wall signs are allowed. So monuments are the kind of signs that would announce the entrance into the neighborhood, for example.
It's in front of the elementary at Thorntown.
Right. And then wall signs would be like a little address plate. Basically is what's allowed in the residential districts. In all of the non-residential districts, a variety of other signs are allowed. And in the like public and community district and the business district, no single sign shall be more than 50 square feet. In the downtown business, also 50 square feet. And then in the light industrial district, it goes up to 80 square feet.
I remember reading like political signs in your yard could be bigger than 32 square feet. I think it is. That's a 4x8 sheet plywood because that's what a lot of people make their
Yep.
signs out of.
Mhm.
Hopefully it'll happen again here soon, but like Western Boone, going to the state football, people are putting signs in their yards. That's,
It's probably temporary.
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
are temporary signs.
Those are temporary.
And those don't require any permits. And yeah, 16 square feet of sign face per side. At least in the residential district.
50 square feet. You said that, right?
Yes.
Well, 7 times 7 is 49. I was like 7 foot by 7 foot.
I took that and memorized
I'm encouraging my 9-year-old granddaughter. You know, she does well in like everything, but math is the one she struggles the most with. So I'm encouraging her beyond the class that she's in,
Mm.
so she won't be as surprised.
We still have business we need to take care of, or
Um,
because you're going through stuff where I just want to make sure that
I mean, this is all, the main thing is, well, I guess, let me preview the process, even though it seems there's a distinct possibility you guys won't be the ones going through it. So the way that a new ordinance gets adopted or a replacement ordinance gets adopted is starts with the plan commission is the one who initiates the proposal.
what chapter is that
Um,
It was a separate.
Yeah, it's just separate PDF.
That was a s-
in? Oh,
It was like called the process or something.
okay.
and staff at the plan commission's direction prepares the proposals. That's me and Debbie. And as you can see, you have the text and the map are the two things that need to be prepared. And then both of those things come before the plan commission for a public hearing. Because this is a new ordinance, plan commission can only give a favorable recommendation. Also, they're the ones who started the process. So if they don't approve, why would they? Why would it forward on to the town council at all? It doesn't make any sense. So it doesn't go anywhere until plan commission is satisfied with the proposal. And then you kind of have two paths. One is the town council holds their public hearing like they're supposed to do. They have, I think, 60 days to do that from the time they receive plan commission's, or actually it's from the date of plan commission's certification of their recommendation. If they miss that 60-day window, then the ordinance is immediately passed. If so, that's not likely to happen. So then town council needs, when they hold their public hearing, they can either adopt the new ordinance, they can amend the new ordinance, they can make changes, or they can reject the new ordinance. Obviously, if they adopt it, it becomes law, end of the story. If they either amend it or reject it, it comes back to plan commission, because obviously you guys gave a favorable recommendation. And so plan commission, I think, has 45 days to consider town council's vote. If town council amended the ordinance, plan commission can approve that amendment, and then the ordinance gets passed as amended by town council. Plan commission can disapprove of the ordinance, at which point town council would need to vote again. And if they vote to pass with those amendments again, it gets passed as amended by town council. And then if town council rejects the proposed ordinance, again, plan commission considers that rejection. Plan commission, basically the only option at that point is to disapprove the rejection, because you already gave it a favorable recommendation. So why would you then be like, yeah, rejecting is okay? That doesn't make any sense. So if town council rejects the proposal, plan commission generally is going to vote to disapprove of that rejection. And then again, town council has 45 days at that point to then reaffirm their rejection of the ordinance. And if they do so, if they reaffirm it, then the ordinance fails. So the process is designed to make it more likely that the ordinance succeeds than fails. But I don't anticipate that being really an issue. But that's kind of the big picture of this process.
Here's my question then. You have an ordinance.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back and forth once, and it's accepted, it's approved. Obviously, here it started with the town council, but yet town council isn't totally happy. Is it sometimes a give and take, where the town council is thinking, that amendment is not going to go forward? We have to sit on our hands and let that one amendment not happen, but revisit it later. Accept what you have with, say, a minimum of amendments. And I say that with respect to time.
Mm-hmm.
45 days, 60 days, 45 days, all of that. And maybe there's enough time out there stretched out to where it's like, we better take what we have and we can revisit this later.
Yeah, that's definitely something that they can do, because town, when it comes to, so this is the process for adopting a whole new ordinance, including if you're replacing an existing one. There is a separate process that's very similar, but the initiation phase is different, for if you want to amend the text of your zoning ordinance once it's already been passed. That in that process, either town council or the plan commission can initiate the process of the text amendment. So it's definitely a strategy town council can pursue to adopt the amendment or adopt the proposed ordinance, and then if they have issues, they can revisit those later.
We wouldn't anticipate any issues though, do we? I mean,
Well, no,
I don't
no.
think there's any issues. I think that, town council wanted.
It would be
more robust.
foolish
Yeah,
to
so-
me to think that it's going to be perfect to where everybody's happy.
Yeah,
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
no. Uh-huh.
On Monday, I'll be at the town council meeting and tell them what's going on here. And what if they want to see these papers? Can they have them?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes, they can.
They need to have it, right?
Well, that's
Yes.
what,
They do.
Yeah. The only reason I haven't sent them any drafts yet, because I wanted to get the draft at a place where the plan commission was happy. I didn't want them to see a version that was not even going to make it out of the plan commission. So, yeah, I mean, if they want to see it,
okay.
that's perfectly fine.
And guarantee someone, town council's gonna say.
I would
"I
love to
don't
see
think
this
so."
on the wall. In other words, this
I don't know,
is
this
the
has got a lot, this addresses a lot of
Other
stuff. So.
plan
It does,
how
it
we
does, but
proceed.
it's everything that's
Wouldn't that be
needed
Great on the
at this
wall.
point in time. So just read chapter 9.
Chapter 9. And I need to go through the subdivision was a little slower this time.
Town council fails to act on.
PC's recommendation, order passes.
Let's see how this reads.
If they fail to act.
Yeah.
60 days.
Is this 45 or 60?
40.
That one's 60.
That one's 60.
So that's what,
If it's passed, and they didn't act, that means they just want to not do anything.
Yeah, or I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean they didn't do anything. It means that they didn't come to a decision in 60 days. So like, let's say, for example, they get it and they have their public hearing that they decide to continue for some reason. And then they do that again. That's been, by the time they get to the next meeting, it's been more than 60 days. So they haven't acted on the proposal. And so it passes. To act on the proposal, they need to vote to either adopt it, amend it, or reject it.
So this is one thing this is what the town council, amongst other things, should really pay attention to. It's like 60 days doesn't change.
it's, they want, they table it, and they forget, they table it the next meeting,
And we don't have any taxes.
which they have 2 meetings a month, so.
That's funny. I don't think I'll be an issue.
I don't think that would be.
Is there anything else?
Mm.
As my wife would say, for the good of the cause.
That's all I had.
Okay, good meeting. Anybody want to make a motion to close the meeting?
I'll make a motion to close the meeting.
Need a second?
I'll second it.
I think if I was 1 second, we're gonna stay here all night. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Meeting adjourned at 7:15. It just turned 7:15.
Nice.
Someday there'll be a gavel here, huh?
When we have a big crowd, I don't need